Hey! This is Mr. Poddable. In the labyrinth of lies and deception that my life had become, the line between friend and foe blurred with every passing day. Emily and I were partners in a game neither of us fully understood, but the stakes had never been higher. A cryptic message, a trail of secrets, and a confession that could change everything. Chapter 13 is where the truth begins to unravel, and the real danger emerges from the shadows. Hold your breath as we step into a world where trust is luxury and betrayal is just one misstep away. I could feel the pressure mounting as the days passed. The weight of the lies, the half-truths, and the secrets seemed to press down on me, suffocating me under their relentless burden. Every interaction with Emily had become a calculated move, a chess game where every word, every glance had to be meticulously planned to avoid revealing too much. But there was something in the air, an unease that neither of us could shake off. Emily had been distant, more so than usual. Her usual cheerful demeanor had dulled, replaced by a quiet tension that clung to her like a shadow. I couldn't tell if it was the stress of our ongoing project or something more personal. Whatever it was, I knew it was only a matter of time before everything would come crashing down. One evening, as I was reviewing some documents in my office, I received an anonymous message on my encrypted phone, a device I used for only the most sensitive of communications. The message was brief, but its content was enough to send a chill down my spine. The truth is closer than you think. Trust no one. I stared at the screen, my mind racing. Who could have sent this? Was it a warning, or was it a threat? And what truth were they referring to? My thoughts immediately went to Emily. Had she discovered something? Was she playing a game of her own? Determined to find out, I began to dig deeper into the files we had been working on. There was something off, something that didn't quite add up. As I sifted through the data, I noticed a pattern, a series of transactions and communications that seemed out of place. They were small, almost insignificant, but when connected, they formed a trail that led to a single source, Emily. I felt a knot form in my stomach. Could Emily be working against me? Was she the one feeding information to her enemies, or was she being manipulated? I needed to confront her, but I had to be careful. If she was indeed involved, any sudden move could jeopardize everything. The next day, I arranged to meet Emily at a quiet cafe in a secluded part of the city. It was a place we had often visited during our early days at the company, a place where we could talk freely without the prying eyes of our colleagues. As I sat there waiting for her to arrive, I couldn't shake the feeling that this meeting would change everything. Emily arrived a few minutes late, looking more composed than I had expected. She greeted me with a warm smile, but I could see the strain behind her eyes. We made small talk for a while, discussing work and the usual office gossip, but I could tell she was avoiding something. Finally, I decided to cut to the chase. "Emily," I began, my voice steady but firm, "I received a message last night. Someone seems to know more than they should. Do you have any idea what this could be about?" She looked at me, her expression unreadable. For a moment, I thought she might deny everything, but then she sighed and leaned back in her chair, her eyes filled with a sadness I hadn't seen before. "Jack," she said softly, "there's something I need to tell you. Something I should have told you a long time ago." My heart pounded in my chest as she began to speak, her words unraveling a story that I had never expected to hear. She spoke of the man she had been involved with, the one who had betrayed her. She explained how she had been coerced into supporting him, how he had manipulated her into providing him with access to sensitive information. She had been desperate, afraid of what might happen if she didn't comply. But as she spoke, it became clear that she hadn't been entirely truthful with me, or even with herself. "I didn't want to believe that I was being used," she confessed, her voice breaking. "I thought I could handle it, that I could keep everything under control. But I was wrong, Jack. I was so wrong." I listened in silence, the pieces of the puzzle falling into place. Emily hadn't been the mastermind behind the betrayal, she had been a pawn, a victim of circumstances beyond her control. But that didn't change the fact that her actions had put everything we had worked for at risk. When she finished, I took a deep breath, trying to process everything she had just revealed. The truth was out now, but it was a truth that could destroy us both if it ever came to light. "We need to fix this," I said finally, my voice firm. "We need to find a way to neutralize this threat before it's too late." Emily nodded, her eyes filled with determination. "I'm with you, Jack. Whatever it takes, we'll make this right." As we left the cafe, I couldn't help but wonder how much more was still hidden, waiting to be uncovered. The truth had begun to surface, but it was only the beginning. There were still so many questions left unanswered, and I knew that the road ahead would be filled with danger and uncertainty. But for the first time in weeks, I felt a renewed sense of purpose. We were in this together, and together, we would face whatever came next. To be continued. Thanks for listening, stay curious, stay awesome, and as always, keep it poddable. See you in the next episode.